Hello there. It's a celebration event day here at Rare Process Operations Studios. We have a glass of champagne to celebrate. We're going to have our first ever crossover event. So, what does crossover mean to me? Well, when I started on this video adventure, I created a Facebook feed, and in my Facebook feed, I've been posting, mostly what I refer to as the morning rant and a little bit of how to. And the morning rant is really just to catch your attention. It really just amounts to the musings that I have when I and my dog are out walking every morning. For quite some time, I've been publishing on LinkedIn in literature form. I've got quite a few published articles on my LinkedIn page. And I just recently started moving into a video format on LinkedIn. Well, today, while we're out walking with Hayes, we ran into the opportunity to do a crossover event. So I'm going to be posting this both to my LinkedIn feed and my Facebook feed. Behind us here, the booms are up. It's not very easy for anybody that's been in this business as long as I have, or even for a great deal less, to not get excited when we look over at a scene like that. But here's the interesting observation I made this morning, me and Hayes. You cannot tell from here whether we are witnessing execution excellence at its finest or a good old fashioned goat rodeo. Can't tell. Can't tell from the outside. But what I know and what the Navex team knows is if this was going to turn out to be an example of true execution excellence, 80% of that work would already be complete. Yeah, good, solid, on the ground management of your project while you're live is unarguably profitable. But if you're going to make the big strides, and that I don't know, I'm not involved in this. I don't know precisely what they're doing at this point in time. But from the number of booms in the air, it looks like it's going to be a fairly major show. Word on the street is that that's a 30-day shut. A 30-day shut is a big deal. A 30-day shut to be actually executing with excellence will have the better part of 2 years of planning and scheduling behind it. Those things all have to have happened already. If they have not happened, then excellence will not be achieved. But a lot of people make a lot of money, as always happens in a good old-fashioned goat rodeo. Excellence, for those of you who are not directly involved in this work, starts off with you're not even in the discussion unless you can execute whatever that lump of work is with a perfect safety record. It's not good enough to say you're going to reduce the number of people you hurt this time over the last time you executed. Your target has to be zero, and you have to achieve that. That's the first piece of execution excellence in this modern world. Then we start talking about, did you complete all of your work? This is often left out of the discussion. It's no good to tell me you were on time and on budget if later during forensics I get looking at your books and find out that 40% of the work was canceled. Any fool can be on budget if you cancel 40% of the work. So on time, on budget, not the most meaningful of turnaround judgment criteria, but one that persists and one that we have to speak in those terms because that's the terms the client wants us to speak in. Did you execute this with a direct field labor cost in the low $200? Because that's what excellence means in this particular area for a shut of that size. Or are you executing at $500 an hour plus? That's pretty standard goat rodeo money. All just depends. So this is what I encountered walking today, and You know, you slip into a pension and a retired life as a freelance consultant, but it never really leaves your blood. You've spent your whole life at this. So, although normally I spend my morning walk thinking of more topical things like you'll find on my Facebook feed, today, with all the booms in the air, my past career comes back to speak to me. Have a nice day, and thank you for your time.